I'm excited now to be joined by my next guest because we're talking about something really fun and so positive and someone who makes Baton Rouge proud. Lynn Lamazon, a filmmaker who's premiering this amazing movie, The Lady from Stockholm, the first feature film ever to star nothing but sock puppets.
That's correct.
Fascinating concept. So nice to meet you, Lynn.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining me this morning. And tell me a little bit about your idea and your film and where you got this inspiration from.
You know, it's funny because it didn't come from the puppet side. It came from the film noir part of it. It's basically it's set in the 1940s, and it is a film noir spoof starring a cast of sock puppets. And I love old movies, and I really wanted to do a film noir spoof, and there's been some done over the years. And so I was trying to think how to do something different, and I don't know why, but I kept thinking about a sock puppet detective. I just kept thinking that would be really funny if it was a sock puppet detective. And then I was like, well, if it was a sock puppet detective, what would his case be? It would be a missing sock. Someone would hire him to find a missing sock. And so from there, I just kind of took the film noir structure and just changed it all so it fit into this world of sock puppets. So
wow. Now, tell me about the cast. Was working with puppets easier than working with actors, and did they provide the voices? How did that work?
You know, I thought I was being really clever at first because I thought this surely will be much easier than working with a bunch of actors, and it actually was harder because whereas with a normal movie you would cast it once, I had to cast it multiple times because I had to have the puppets made, and then I had to cast the puppeteers, and then separately I had to cast the voice talent. Normally with a puppet film, the puppeteers do provide the voices. But I had mostly male characters, and I had mostly female puppeteers. So
couldn't work that way.
No, it didn't. But it was very easy. So we did all the voices in post, and I was able to get exactly the voice I wanted and exactly the performance I wanted from the puppeteer. So it actually worked out well.
Lynn, I've heard that this film has already been screened at 30 events around the world, and you even have an interesting story. We're almost out of time, but tell me what happened with George Lucas.
I was at a festival in Northern California, which is where George Lucas's studios are up there, and he was one of the big sponsors. And I found myself seated at a table, one table away from him, and I just couldn't resist. So I, you know, just made sure to introduce myself, and I told him about my film because he has a history with puppetry, with using puppets in movies, with Yoda and Dark Crystal and things like that. And you know, he was very gracious and took a flyer for the film and wished me luck with it. And you know, what more can a filmmaker ask for? You know, it's just a little wish of good luck.
That is amazing. What a cool story. And somebody who's local doing something like this is really something very cool to be proud of. Now, how can people you can order DVDs, and you can go, you have a website?
I do. It's Stockholm, www.stockholm.com. Sock puppets. People think it's Stockholm. It's a play on words. Okay. And it's also available on Amazon, and it's playing downtown at the Glassell Gallery Film Festival starting on Saturday through the end of the month.
And that's at the Shaw Center, correct?
It is at the Shaw Center.
Wonderful. Lynn, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to you, and keep in touch with us. That's so exciting. I'd love to keep in touch with your career and how it's going.